Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us. Or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing. 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing. Your size, your style, we've got it all.
Is this guy a contractor who does good work or a contractor who needs work? For a reliable recommendation, trust the Better Business Bureau, protecting consumers for over a century. When you go to bbb.org to check out a business, you'll learn if it's BBB accredited, see its grade on customer service, and read honest, useful reviews from local people. For online recommendations you can trust, start with trust at bbb.org/Iowa.
Hi, I'm Chris from Fireplace Superstore. You may have noticed it's starting to get cold outside, and if you're like a lot of folks, that old fireplace in your house isn't doing you much good. You need to replace that thing with a high-efficient gas fireplace from Heat & Glow. We're going to come in, take your old wood or gas fireplace out. We're going to replace it with a warm, cozy, high-efficient, easy-to-use fireplace from Heat & Glow. It'll be the best thing you ever did to your house. Come see us today, because nothing's better than a warm fire on a cold day.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Tonight is also a night for honoring the senior parents, because without their constant support, none of the wrestlers' successes could be possible. Now here's our first senior cheerleader, Christina Melendez. state duels.
They gave a tour of the
Advice for
Minute
younger wrestlers is be confident in yourself, and that is the key to success.
No.
Senior manager Emily Christensen. Now our senior wrestlers first, Avery Bonacci. Avery is the son of Lou Bonacci. This is Avery's first year of wrestling. Avery plans to play football and study sports medicine next year. Avery's favorite wrestling memory is when Bo Lombardi pinned the big offensive lineman from Galway. And Avery's advice for younger wrestlers is start wrestling before you're a senior. Senior wrestler Avery Bonacci. Next to senior Bracken Cobb. Bracken is expert by his parents Dion and Janet Cobb. Bracken has wrestled on and off since he was in grade school and has been a 3-year varsity performer for Valley. Bracken plans to attend college and play football. Bracken's favorite wrestling memory is winning a case of Dr. Pepper at Battle of Waterloo last year. Bracken's advice to younger wrestlers is learn how to pin people because 6 minutes is a long time. Senior Bracken Cobb. Next to senior manager Roquera Cortez and senior wrestler Brantley Cox. They are looking at Brantley Cortez and Brantley Cox. Roquera has been a manager for 3 years and is undecided on her future plans. Her favorite wrestling memory is attending the state tournament. And Roquera's advice to young wrestlers is it's not how good you are, it is how good you want to be. Brantley Cox has wrestled since 8th grade and has been a varsity performer this year. Brantley plans to attend trade school and get an HVAC certificate. Brantley's favorite wrestling memory is getting the trophy at state duels and wrestling off Rocky for varsity. Next is senior Carson Lawrence. Carson is escorted by Jeff Lawrence. Carson has wrestled since elementary school and has been a solid performer for 4 years at Valley. Carson plans to attend DMAC next year and then transfer to Iowa to major in criminal justice. Carson's favorite wrestling memory is the Battle of Waterloo. The atmosphere was crazy. And Carson's advice to younger wrestlers is be confident and stay hydrated. Senior wrestler Carson Lawrence. Next is senior Bo Lombardi. Bo is the son of Terry and Tony Lombardi. Bo has wrestled since he was 6 years old and has been a 4-year varsity performer for Valley. Bo qualified for state as sophomore and placed 6th. Brendan is the son of Susan and Mike Wilson. Brendan has wrestled since first grade and has been a varsity contributor for 3 years. Brendan plans to attend DMAC next year. Brendan's favorite wrestling memory is becoming team champs at Augsburg and going to state duels. And Brendan's advice to younger wrestlers is do your pull-ups and ropes. Senior Brendan Nielsen. Next is senior Nick Oldham. Nick is the son of Ron Oldham and Leanne Yates. Nick has wrestled since the age of 4 and is a 4-year varsity starter. Nick has placed 2nd, 5th, and 1st at the state wrestling tournament. He plans to go to college and compete in wrestling next year. Nick's favorite wrestling memory is extra workouts. Jacob Schnoblin. Jacob is escorted by his parents, Peter and Jamie Schnoblin. Jacob has wrestled for 9 years and is the varsity 152-pounder this year. Jacob plans to attend the University of Iowa next year. Jacob's favorite wrestling memory is the Nebraska camp in 2017. And Jacob's advice to younger wrestlers is work hard and don't quit for 3 days. Otherwise, it will ruin your 4-time Ironman. Senior Jacob Snowden.
3 days.
And senior Tinsley Wright. Tinsley is the son of Chris and Tammy Wright. Tinsley has wrestled for 9 years and is the varsity 160-pounder. Tinsley is active in volunteering and plans to attend Iowa State University to pursue a degree in entrepreneurship and a master's in real estate. Tinsley's favorite wrestling memory is being a part of the state dual team the last 2 years. And Tinsley's advice for younger wrestlers is to take advantage of summer workouts and always be coachable.
Good evening and welcome to Valley Condor Runs Fieldhouse in West Des Moines. Pat Curtis and Keith Bornis joining you tonight for high school wrestling from Valley High School here in West Des Moines, and 2 of the better high school wrestling teams in the state in Class 3A. Number 1 ranked Southeast Polk, probably one of the best, definitely one of the best wrestling teams in the nation at the high school level, ranked number 19 nationally. And Valley ranked number 3 here in the state of Iowa under Coach Travis Young. All the top wrestlers for both teams really in the lineup tonight as we're getting closer and closer to state tournament time, Keith.
This is going to be a great atmosphere for wrestling tonight. Now, you talk about Southeast Polk being one of the top teams in the country right now, and they are. This is as good a team as they have put together. And on paper, number 1 versus number 3 sounds like it's going to be a good match. But when you go head-to-head on these, it could be a little bit one-sided. As looking ahead, Polk is probably going to be favored in 9 of the matches. 4 to Valley, and then there is maybe a toss-up match in the middle there. But for Valley to be in it tonight, they are going to have to wrestle crazy well.
Southeast Polk finished 3rd at both the traditional and dual team tournament last year after winning the 3 previous traditional tournaments in 2017, 16, and 15, and then they also won in 13. And they have 4 top-ranked wrestlers. So pretty amazing. Of the 14 weights in Class 3A wrestling, they have 4 of the number 1 ranked wrestlers. We're going to start tonight's duel at 152 pounds, and we'll see one of those top-ranked wrestlers right off the bat. More than likely, Lance Runyon for Southeast Polk against Jacob Schnoblin for Valley. It is senior night. If you tuned in early, you may have seen the senior cheerleaders and managers and wrestlers all being introduced. Always a neat thing to hear about the seniors and all their accomplishments over the last 4 years.
Indeed, and it's been a lot of fun watching everybody that has been involved in wrestling as they have grown, coming up either through Stillwell or Indian Hills and being a part of the wrestling program here and creating a great tradition that Coach Young has certainly inspired. And you look across the way tonight, having a senior night against Southeast Polk, not necessarily your favorite thing to do, as Jason Christensen has certainly put together some fantastic programs, and he's got it rolling right now.
The Rams are a perfect 10-0 in duels this season. Valley 9-5. Let's see if we can listen into the starting lineups. So there are the varsity wrestlers for tonight introduced here, and we'll have the national anthem now before the start of tonight's duel between Southeast Polk and West Des Moines Valley. Excellent job by that quartet with tonight's national anthem, and part of that group, the Valley heavyweight Bo Lombardi, not only a terrific wrestler and football player, he can sing.
He can. Right before the winter holiday, Valley had a home wrestling meet, but Lombardi wasn't able to make all of the matches. It was a tournament, and he didn't have a chance to make all of the matches because he wrestled in the first couple of bouts, and then he had to go over to Waukee and participate in a singing competition, and he tried to get back for the afternoon to finish up and get the last round in.
We'll be seeing him here shortly. His match coming up, the 7th match of the night. We're starting at 152 pounds, though, and the #1 ranked wrestler in the red ankle bracelet and the black, yellow, and white singlet, that's Lance Runyon, facing Jacob Schnoblin, one of the seniors for the Valley Tigers. And quickly, a takedown, 2 points for the wrestler from Southeast Polk, Lance Runyon, who plans to wrestle at the University of Northern Iowa next year.
Runyon off to a great start. He got a nice job on the outside single. Was able to cut him free to give up 1 point, and then he got back into an outside single, missed it. Schnoblin did a great job trying to counter and get into it on his own, but then missed a little bit as Runyon got the takedown and has now gotten a third takedown to go up 6-2 here early.
Runyon, a 3-time state place winner. He was third last year at this weight, 152 pounds, at Wells Fargo Arena. And he gets some back points. It's 8-2. Lance Runyon on top with a minute to go in the first period.
He's kind of putting on a clinic as to how to take control of a match early. 3 takedowns and some back points as he's now working here for a cradle. And has it locked up and is bringing Schnoblin back to his back. He's getting more points.
He's got 45 seconds to go in the first period to work on this possible pin to open tonight's duel. And there it is. With 37 seconds to go in the first period, Lance Runyon gives Southeast Polk a 6-0 lead with a pin in the first period.
And things don't look to change much as we continue up the line here a little bit. We have the #1 ranked wrestler at 152 starting it off. #1 ranked wrestler at 160 pounds coming in next.
Is Cade DeVos, who plans to wrestle at South Dakota State next year, and he was a champion, state champion last year at 145 pounds, now up at 160 this season. And Tinsley Wright, a senior, one of the big seniors here on senior night for the Tigers. We heard he's planning to attend Iowa State University next year. DeVos quickly in with a high single leg. Wright.
Nice job by Wright as he's got that leg hooked up himself, but unable to finish anything or prevent DeVos from finishing anything.
A takedown and a quick escape. It's 2-1 DeVos early in this match at 160 pounds. Our second match of the night from Calderon Fieldhouse here at Valley High School. Pat Curtis and Keith Bornes with you here on CISN.TV. Thanks for tuning in. Our referee tonight, by the way, is Chris Dane from Pleasant Hill. Another takedown for DeVos and escape Wright. It's 4-2 right now 6-2 with another takedown for DeVos.
One of the things that Polk typically does throughout the season and in their dual matches, when they find something that works for them, they stay with it and keep going after it. 4 takedowns here in the first minute 10, kind of a mirror of what happened in that first match as Runyon was able to get all those takedowns early as well.
Another escape, another takedown, makes it 10-2, or 10-4, excuse me. Another 1 point for Tinsley Wright, who had a tremendous football season as the kicker for the Tigers.
To kind of put things into perspective, just how good Runyon is and DeVos is, they're going against wrestlers that are very successful and have won several matches for Valley. Tinsley Wright has improved himself all the way up through to being a very consistent varsity wrestler this year, and has aspirations of possibly going to the state tournament. But right now, it is all DeVos, all Southeast Polk, as they are just putting on a clinic.
Wow, yeah. Cade DeVos with 6 takedowns in that first period, and he has a 12-5 lead heading to the second. DeVos finishing last year with a record of 41-3. As we mentioned, the state champ. He's a 2-time state place winner. Now his senior year, obviously hoping to repeat as a state champ at 160 after winning at 145 last year.
Nice job by Tinsley Wright there, stopping the initial move by DeVos. He's got a nice deep waist, and he's trying to bring that elbow inside. But DeVos just too much for it as he gets to his feet for an escape. Good attempt there by Tinsley Wright. Trying to get in on a double leg, but DeVos able to stop that and spin around for 2.
15-6 now our score. DeVos with the lead, working on another takedown, making it 17-6.
DeVos really doing a great job controlling the tempo of this match, and also just getting things squared away point-wise. But I am impressed with Tinsley Wright as he has not stopped, he has not quit, he's been aggressive, and I think that's one of the things that Coach Young's maybe talked about for tonight's match. Stay focused and stay aggressive. Nothing to lose here.
Looks like DeVos is going to get a pin here. He's got a tight front cradle. 45 seconds to go in the second period, and the first 2 matches of the night are pins for the Rams, and they take a quick 12-0 lead on the team scoreboard. Pins from #1 ranked wrestlers Lance Runyon and Cade DeVos. Now at 170 pounds, Davion Montgomery, a junior for Southeast Polk, will face Valley's Blake Underwood, ranked #3 at 170 pounds.
Montgomery certainly not shying away from the #30 ranked guy in the state, as he has gone in, tried to get ear to ear with him, and maybe even trying to muscle this match a little bit. There's certainly been a lot of movement, that's for sure.
30 seconds into the first period of this third match of the night, 170 pounds. No score between Underwood of Valley in the black and orange white singlet. Nice duck under move there by Underwood, but off the mat, no points.
You could see Underwood trying to set that up. He had a very tight grip on the elbow as he was going to try and clear that elbow and move toward the high crotch into that outside single.
I found it interesting, Keith, we're this late in the season. These two teams haven't met really anywhere in tournament action or otherwise this season.
No, they both have a great rhythm as to what they do, who they want to wrestle, where they want to wrestle.
Tight cradle.
Underwood trying to get some big points himself here.
He's got 35 seconds to go in the first period. And the referee holding those 3 back points as Underwood tightens it up a little bit. Knee in the side and looking for a pin with 20 seconds to go in the first period.
What he needs to do is get that knee into that side, like you said, and start pushing that away He's got to get himself away so he can get that shoulder drop down.
5 seconds. Boy, it's hard for us to see from our angle why he's not getting the pin, but he does get 3 near fall, and our score is 5-0. Blake Underwood with the lead after the first period.
It's an awful lot of work for 3 points. He was there for a long time. Right now you can see Underwood's reach kind of being an advantage until Montgomery right there not shying away from anything there. He has got in on a great takedown, duck under to just dropping him down on the mat.
So Davion Montgomery with a takedown, his first points in this match. It's now 6-2, Underwood with the lead. A minute 20 to go in the second period. Underwood working on that front headlock and a stalemate. Back on the feet with a minute 11 to go in the second period. 6-2, Underwood from Valley with the lead.
Underwood working on over-under there. Now he's got a double underhook.
Whoa. Try for a throw by Montgomery, but Underwood able to hold that off and get another takedown. It's 8-2, Underwood.
He got a great job on a very strong crossface into the cradle. This one looks a little better than the last one.
But he's 30 seconds.
And he still needs to get a little bit separation. There it is.
All right. So our first 3 matches, we've seen 3 pins, 2 by the Rams, 1 by Valley. It's 12-6, Southeast Polk on top. A timeout on CISN.TV.
Miss your hometown clothing store, the one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Miss your hometown clothing store.
182 pounds for Southeast Polk. It's Justin Brindley, a junior. For Valley, C.J. Stillman. And Southeast Polk with a 12-6 lead. Valley getting their first points. The pin from Blake Underwood at 170 pounds. No score a minute into this first period at 182 pounds, our third match of the night.
And if you are just tuning in and you see on the bottom of your screen a score, that is the overall team score, not the individual match score.
Yep, we'll keep you up to date on the match score. 0-0 in this one with 45 seconds to go in the first period. Both of these wrestlers are juniors. One of our few matches tonight where we don't have a ranked wrestler. There's a ranked wrestler at almost every weight tonight.
Yes, we have one toss-up match tonight coming up at 132 pounds. This one, Southeast Polk is favored in this match, but Stillman looking pretty strong here going toe-to-toe right now.
No score in the first period with just a few seconds left. Now down to 10 seconds to go in the first period. 0-0 between Stillman and Brindley. Stillman defers and Brindley will go down to start the second.
Stillman working on that deep waist as he is trying to get a stop, as Brindley does get the escape as he gets to his feet, turns back into him.
So our first point in this match comes early in the second period. 1-0, Justin Brindley for Southeast Polk with the lead over CJ Stillman.
Stillman has been all over the board this year as far as where he's been wrestling at. He's been up to 220, wrestled at 195, but his weight has been pretty consistent here as of late at 182.
1:13 to go in the second period. Brindley leading Stillman 1-0.
You talk about people starting to get anxious for the state meet coming up here in February. All teams are very close if they don't have it set now. Where the guys are wrestling now, this is pretty much where their season is going to end weight-wise as they get closing into the championship part of the year.
And coaches, I don't think, even like to move their wrestlers up or down, much. They like to keep them at their weight at this time of year and wrestle against guys at their own weight, don't they?
Yes, they do. Got to get a good feel for what's going to be coming down the pike here. Is we're just getting into a handful more dual meets and tournaments on the weekends before we get into that February 6th regional duels to set up who's going to be into that state dual tournament.
A nice double leg takedown by Brindley makes our score 3-0. The Southeast Polk wrestler on top with just under 6 seconds to go now in the second period. And our score will be 3-0. Justin Brindley leading CJ Stillman as we start the third.
And Brindley has been very patient in everything he's done so far tonight. He's never really been out of control. He's got very methodical in what he's been doing, and just I've been very impressed with his patience, because when he does get on the offensive and attacks, that double leg was very quick.
Stillman choosing to go both up to start the third, rather than go underneath and try and get that one escape. 1:25 to go in this match. The wrestler from Southeast Polk, Justin Brindley, with a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you kind of wonder why you don't try and get that, take the down position to at least get yourself onto the board. But those long arms of Brindley, a very strong deep waist is extremely difficult to get out of.
1 minute to go in the match. The wrestler for the Rams, Justin Brindley, with a 3-0 lead.
Great effort on an arm pass there. Brindley was trying to clear that arm to get around behind.
Warning stalling against Stillman, who really needs to get something going here. He's trailing 3-0, 40 seconds to go in the match. Now 30 seconds left.
And Brindley has been putting a lot of pressure on Stillman's head.
And he gets a takedown just by kind of bulldozing him there on the edge of the mat. And now a 5-0 lead with 26 seconds left.
Great effort on the switch, try and get a reversal there, but Brindley just has such a strong, deep waist that he was able to stop that and pull him back underneath.
Just 10 seconds to go here, and it looks like Justin Brindley will give Southeast Polk their third win in the first 4 matches. And the final score will be 5-0. Justin Brindley, a win over CJ Stillman. Back after this on CISN.TV.
At 195 pounds, wrestling for Southeast Polk, Junior D,
This is the number 1 ranked wrestler at 195 pounds for Southeast Polk, junior Gabe Christensen, the coach's son, wrestling a senior for Valley, Bracken Cobb. Christensen with 2 points on that takedown. Just underway at this 195-pound weight class, our 5th match.
Bracken Cobb being a 3-year varsity performer here for Valley, really is in a tough spot here, as Christensen has been solid from his freshman year, and he has just steadily improved and gotten stronger all the way through. He is certainly on his way to having a fantastic finish to his junior year, and I have no idea what he's going to be capable of as a senior.
Yeah, it seems like he's really improved greatly this year.
Yeah, he ran into a buzzsaw against Valley last year when he ended up having to wrestle Joel Shapiro.
Oh, yeah.
And but he hasn't had much of a falter since.
And he's got Bracken Cobb in a very difficult spot here with 40 seconds to go in the first period, already leading 5-0. And he's got a tight hold there on Cobb. Very close to another pin for the Rams.
And in this half, he's also got Cobb's head up off the mat. He's got nothing to try and bridge off of. And so a phenomenal job there by Gabe Christensen. Bonus points are certainly adding up here for Southeast Polk.
Yeah, now 21-6 is our team score. 3 pins in the first 5 matches for Southeast Polk. Back with the 220-pound, well, we'll go to heavyweight actually, because Valley forfeits. They just don't have a wrestler to go up against Caleb Runyon. So Runyon, the sophomore, takes a forfeit.
Yeah, Brantley Cox ended up with a thumb injury. He walked in tonight and his hand is all casted up all the way up his arm. So we are at heavyweight now.
285. Bo Lombardi, the number 1 ranked wrestler for Valley, against Connor Brown.
And Bo certainly not holding back there as he's trying to get on the offensive early. The Lombardis have typically been known as throwers, headlockers, and if they get an advantage in a match, they try to end it as early as they can. But Connor Brown, I think he's got a Southeast Polk uniform on, so there's no backup to him.
30 seconds into this first period, no score between Bo Lombardi and Connor Brown. We're at 285. This is our 7th match of the night. Southeast Polk winning 5 of the first 6 matches. 3 of them by fall, 1 by forfeit, and a regular decision for Justin Brindley at 182. Valley with their 6 points coming from 3rd-ranked Blake Underwood, a pin for the Tigers at 170 pounds. 1 minute to go in the first period. No score yet between Connor Brown and Bo Lombardi. Bo finished 6th last year at state. That was at 220, right?
Yes. One of the things that we were noticing about these wrestlers as they have come back into the 2018-19 season, several of them have moved up to a weight that they are a lot more comfortable at. And it has a lot to do with both teams graduating some pretty phenomenal wrestlers. And those weights then opened up.
20 seconds to go in the first period. No score. Connor Brown has been warned for stalling, but still 0-0. 10 seconds to go in the first period.
Nice heel pick there by Lombardi. You could see him trying to set it up there as he got the head down. Now he's in a position to maybe get a pin here in the last seconds. And he did it!
They give it to him, a pin with 0.0 on the clock. So that fall comes in basically 2 minutes. Bo Lombardi giving Valley 6 more points, and it's now 27-6, or 27-12, I'm sorry, Southeast Polk. A quick timeout here on CISN.TV.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me. Because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules. They're the
27-12 after the first 7 matches. Southeast Polk with a lead on Valley. As we move to 106 pounds, and for the Rams, it's Cale Anderson against Ezra Christensen, the freshman for Valley. No score, 1:20 to go in the first period. Anderson close to getting a takedown. He's got it, and he's working for back points, possibly a pin. There it is. A first period fall for the junior, Cale Sanderson.
Cale did a great job there as he was so patient. Got in on that initial takedown. Christensen does have very good balance, was able to try and get back up on top. And Anderson did not react like a freshman. He reacted like a junior, an upperclassman would. And he just stayed with it, had great patience, and finished out that match very well.
So 33-12, now Southeast Polk on top, moving to 113 pounds. The Rams' number 3 ranked wrestler, Devin Harmison, has an early takedown over Dylan Falcaro, the sophomore for the Tigers.
Harmison doing a great job as he got that early takedown. Now he's working on the deep waist and trying to just belly him out. He's very patient, but there's nowhere to go. So Falcaro working desperately to get up off his belly and into a better position, but Harmison, excuse me, now working on that crossface. Possibly a butcher here as he is just got him swallowed up.
Ooh, that's tight, but now he has a cradle locked up. 45 seconds to go in the first period, and Harmison takes Falcaro to his back. 40 seconds to go. Harmison finished 4th at state last year. And he is a senior, undecided on what he's going to do next year, where he might wrestle. 3 back points makes it 5-0, Devin Harmison.
Nice job by Falcaro to get up off his back there. But if Harmison continues to do what he's doing, he's going to end up on his back again. What is so impressive about Harmison right now is the fact that he's putting so many moves together. He's been working on that butcher. The butcher wasn't there, and then all of a sudden he just went right into the cradle. And so he's thinking ahead quite a few moves as he is feeling out Falcaro as to where they are body-wise and where they are on the mat.
5-0 Harmison as we start the second period. And 2 more points for the senior for the Rams. Now 7-0.
Harmison in on that outside single, and he was able to bring, it was a lower finish with it. He was able to just dump Falcaro back. Now he's got a wrist and a half Nelson in here. trying to work both sides. Now he's trying to get a leg hooked in as well.
1:20 to go in the first period, 7-0. Harmison cuts Policaro free, making it 7-1.
Great job on the high crotch as he maneuvers in to get another takedown.
That makes it 9-1, Harmison. 1 minute to go in the second period.
As he's working on the butcher here, he did a great job on the crossface. This butcher is very tight. Policaro doing a nice job rolling through. That was pretty impressive not to just get pinned right there.
3 more near fall makes it 12-1.
You can probably hear the Southeast Polk coaches reminding Harmison that, hey, that butcher's there again.
30 seconds left in the second period.
Well, he's got an arm bar up on the back now.
And that is a pin for Devin Harmison. Back in 30 seconds on CISN.TV.
Price event. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. Up to $13,000 off or up to $4,000 off. Plus 0% for 72 months on select new 18 Silverado Crew Cab. Up to $7,500 off the all-new 19 Silverado Crew LT Trail Boss. Up to $6,000 off select new 19 Equinoxes. Schottenkirk Chevy. Only $999 down plus taxes and fees. 19 Equinox, $259 per month lease. 19 Traverse, $375 per month lease. Power price. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com. Chevy. Find new roads.
Joel Jesseroga, a freshman for Southeast Polk, facing Aiden Feldman for Valley, a junior. Jesseroga was the Falls National Champion.
Yes, he is not your typical freshman wrestler. Did a nice job getting his foot in behind the heel of Feldman there, and then was able to just finish it up with a takedown. He's got good strength, good length, and very patient as well.
A minute 10 to go in the first period. Jesseroga with a 2-0 lead on Aiden Feldman.
Nice hip control as he's working side to side, and he now gets that arm bar up on the back. Also has a leg hook, so Feldman is not able to slide away from it.
40 seconds left in the first period. 2-0 Jesseroga. And now looking to give the Rams 6 more points. He does. So now 45-12 is our team score. Southeast Polk with another pin. And we move to really maybe our feature match of the night, 126 pounds. A couple of top 10 ranked wrestlers for Southeast Polk, a freshman number 7 ranked Carter Martinson. And for Valley, the defending state champ, ranked number 2 right now, Nick Oldham.
And this really could be an interesting matchup because you take a look at Martinson, he has very good length for this lower weight wrestle, weight. And as a freshman, he is certainly not shying away from anything here. However, Oldham was able to fight off that outside single, and now he's sitting in a situation where he's going to try and get that cradle going. Martinson, great job fighting that off as Oldham does get a takedown up 2-0.
50 seconds into the first period. Through our first 10 matches, Southeast Polk with 6 pins. We started at 152 pounds. We have 4 matches left, including this one, At 126, Nick Oldham with a 2-0 lead, 45 seconds to go in the first period. Valley's 2 wins, both coming by pin, obviously, with our score 45-12.
Coming into tonight, it was a situation where we really thought that Valley was only going to be favored in 4 matches, this, of course, being one of them. And when I asked Coach Young about possibility of some bonus points, he actually thought this was the one that had the best chance to maybe get some, but Martinson really looking solid here, fending off some pretty tight cross faces by Oldham.
After the first period, it's Nick Oldham with a 2-0 lead on Carter Martinson.
Martinson defers to Oldham here. And we're going to start this second period on our feet.
Nick, as we mentioned, a defending state champ. He's placed at state all 3 years he's wrestled in high school, finished 2nd and 5th, freshman and sophomore years. Oldham trying to get 2 more takedown. He does and makes the score 4-0.
He was trying to keep that cross face so hard, so tight in there that when he was able to get the takedown, he was going to try and continue on for the cradle. But Martinson did such a great job extending the body out and keeping his hips high that Oldham almost fell off the front of that and put himself in a little bit of a dangerous position. But his experience did prevail there.
Halfway through this match, Nick Oldham with a 4-0 lead on Carter Martinson. Again, senior night here at Valley. When they introduce Nick, he's still undecided where he's going to go to, hopefully college next year. I'm sure he wants to wrestle, right?
Yes, that is the plan right now. Just a question of where. Oldham did everything he possibly could right there to keep Martinson off the edge of the mat. Did have a ball and chain set up there as he was trying to work toward a half Nelson to go with it. But the official decided there was enough of that on the edge and let's bring it back to the middle. And now Martinson able to get an escape, making it 4-1.
20 seconds to go in the second period. Oldham with a 4-1 lead. And a shot by Martinson, but Oldham quickly with a counter and a takedown and putting Martinson on his back. 5 seconds left in the second period. He will not quite get the pin. Boy, he just needed a couple more seconds, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. You know, it's a situation like this, when you get right there to the end of a period, you're probably being able to see both officials walking around the mat. You have your lead official and your assistant official, and they really work well together, trying to make sure one's got an eye on the clock, one's got an eye on what's going on in the middle of the ring there. And so very valuable to have that second official there to make sure that early on Bo Lombardi did have that pin in the first period and that Nick Oldham did not here at the end of this period.
30 seconds into the final period at 126 pounds. Nick Oldham, the wrestler on top here, leading Carter Martinson 9-1. The freshman for the Rams really putting up a fight. He's ranked number 7 in the state at 126 pounds.
And yeah, you would not, by watching his positioning and how he's working his way up to his base and trying to get out of it, you wouldn't look at him as being a freshman or being behind 9-1. He is, as you say, putting up a great fight and hasn't been out of position here in the third period. Just ended up out of position a little bit in the second, where Oldham was able to capitalize and get some back points.
Oldham trying to maybe get a tilt here. 30 seconds to go in the match. The wrestler for the Tigers leading 9-1. So he's in line to give his team some bonus points if he can just keep Martinson down on the mat. 15 seconds to go. Now 5 seconds left in the match, and Nick Oldham, the senior, will score a 9-1 victory and give 4 points to the Tigers, making it Southeast Polk 45 and Valley 16. Back after this on CISN.TV.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game.
3 matches to go, including this one at 132 pounds for Southeast Polk freshman Carson Martinson, and for Valley, Noah Micka, the senior for the Tigers. So another senior versus freshman matchup. And Carson, the brother of Carter, who we just saw at 126.
Yes, they both look very solid. And that is a great effort there on the long single by Martinson. But as a freshman, it's pretty difficult to come out here and put yourself up against a senior, all that experience under the senior belt, and yet not backing away, not shying away, staying aggressive. Right now, I would have to say that he is the one that is in control of the match, and had the takedown, but ended up slipping out of it.
No points yet. 45 seconds to go in the first period, and it looks like Noah Micka will get 2 takedown after Carson Martinson really had him in a little bit of trouble.
He did have him in a pickle there for a little bit, but he just slipped out off of that hold, and that's where some of that senior experience is going to be able to maybe he felt it, whatever it was. Ended up coming out up on top here. Coach Young was talking about this match as being one of those potential swing matches as far as both teams having a pretty good chance to win this match.
Just a blood timeout here with 10 seconds to go in the first period. Noah Micka, the senior for Valley, with a 2-0 lead. He plans to attend the University of Iowa next year, and maybe wants to be a pharmacist somewhere down the road.
Not a bad idea. You can see Sarah Kennedy there. She was helped cleaning up the blood time on Martinson, but everything's stopped and covered. Time to go back with 10.6 left in the first.
Ooh, a nice switch right off the whistle by Carson Martinson, and he gets 2 points to tie up this match. And it's 2-2 at the end of the first period.
Micka with the option here. He does not defer. He chooses down right away. Nice job by Micka getting a arm underneath the knee there. He's actually in a position where he could slide back. He's got to get his right arm in between the body and come around, but he was not able to do that. You have to be impressed with Martinson here as the leg that Micka had the arm with, he actually got it in on a pretty deep leg in, and he's in a pretty good spot here.
A minute 20 to go in the second period. This match is tied at 2, 132 pounds between Noah Micka, who's on the bottom, Carson Martinson, the wrestler for the Rams, on top.
Still has that leg hooked in and was putting a lot of pressure on top of Micka's head. Now he was able to hip him over, get a crossface in, and ended up with 2 back points.
So 4-2, Martinson with the lead, with 50 seconds to go in the second period.
Still trying to work that hip over. He did lose the leg.
And another blood timeout. I think we have time for a 30-second timeout here on CISN.TV.
Store, the one that had it all, everything to get the work done, all in one place. G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
132 pounds, Carson Martinson of Southeast Polk with a 4-2 lead on Noah Micka, with 30 seconds to go in the second period after that blood timeout.
And right here, you have a very good look at how Martinson is able to get that leg hooked in. He's working hard to get him hipped over. He's trying to lift this Micka's right leg as he's trying to hip him over and work toward more back points. Micka trying everything he can just to stay bellied out.
At the end of the second period, the freshman Carson Martinson with a 4-2 lead over Noah Micka. We were tied at 2 at the end of 1.
And it was because Martinson was able to get that very quick switch. See what he does here from the down position. Micka does have the crossface, and he has that arm pulled underneath. See if there's anything he can do with that crossface. Martinson doing a great job fending things off as he does have the leg hooked. Now he's faced him.
And one escape for Martinson makes it 5-2. Carson Martinson, the wrestler for Southeast Polk, with the lead with a minute 20 to go in the match.
Good shot attempt there by Martinson.
One minute to go here at 132 pounds. Micka with a shot. He's trailing by 3. He needs to get some points on the board, obviously.
And he's in deep. He's just got to get his head up and his left arm up, be able to come around.
And Martinson gets the stalemate call. We'll go back to the center of the mat on their feet with 48 seconds left. Again, Martinson for Southeast Polk leading 5-2.
It's this point in the match where things really can take a tide. You get to a point where you have nothing to lose as the wrestler that's down point-wise, so you start taking some crazy shots. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. So I was actually kind of surprised here when Martinson actually got himself on the offensive and got in deep, and now he is tying up Micka and just running the clock.
Yeah, just 15 seconds left now, and Noah Micka will have to go for a throw now, maybe, if he can. He needs more than just a takedown to win this match, but under 10 seconds to go, and it looks like Carson Martinson will hang on for the 5-2 win. Giving 3 more points to the Rams, and they now lead on the scoreboard 48-16. Back after this on CISN.TV.
Hi, I'm Chris from Fireplace Superstore. You may have noticed it's starting to get cold outside, and if you're like a lot of folks, that old fireplace in your house isn't doing you much good. You need to replace that thing with a high-efficient gas fireplace from Heat & Glove. We're going to come in, take your old wood or gas fireplace out. We're going to replace it with a warm, cozy, high-efficient, easy-to-use fireplace from
the
Heat
number
&
one
Glove.
ranked wrestler
It'll be the
for
best
Southeast
thing you
Polk
ever
at
did to your house.
138
Come
pounds,
see us
Nathan
today,
Marchand,
because nothing's
against
better.
Jackson Lukehart, the senior for Valley. Quickly, a 2-point takedown for Nathan Marchand.
And Marchand working on some back points here as he's got him tied up.
That's one way to put it. 2 back points. A minute 20 to go in the first period. And Nathan Marchand finished 5th last year at state at this weight. He hopes to wrestle in college. Last I heard, still undecided where he might wrestle. 2 more back points makes it 6-0.
He is really doing a great job getting these tilts in, and Lukehart doing a great job only giving up 2 at a time. However, 2 at a time, enough times, is still a technical fall.
Yeah, it's already 8-0. Now 35 seconds to go in the first period. And Lukehart, given the escape, makes it 8-1. 20 seconds to go in the first period.
Overall, when you take a look at this meet tonight, Southeast Polk has been extremely dominant and getting those bonus points, several pins. Even the matches where Valley was able to get a point here, a point there, all these different things, those were points that were just given away. Valley didn't necessarily earn those. Southeast Polk, you could say, has scored most of the points tonight in either takedowns and then also just cutting people to give the 1-point escape to go back and set up another takedown.
10-1, Nathan Marchand with the lead as we start the second period. Marchand in the down position gets an escape to make it 11-1. Southeast Polk with 6 pins here tonight, and they also accepted a forfeit. And that's why it's rather lopsided on the scoreboard. 48-16, the Rams beating the Tigers with just 1 match to go after this one. A minute 20 left in the second period. Marchand leading 11-1 over Jackson Lukehart.
As you look out onto the mat and you can see Marchand wearing that shoulder brace, trying to figure out how he's doing, if he's got any pain. He certainly does not look like anything is bothering him with it.
No. A lot of action there, and Marchand coming out on top, now 13-1. With 45 seconds to go in the second period, Marchand looking for more back points.
Using that same ball and chain to get him tipped over. He got the 3-point near fall, and he just ended the match.
So 5 more points on the board after that technical fall in the second period by Nathan Marchand. Back in 30 seconds on CISN.TV. Southeast Polk leading Valley 53-16 as we enter our 14th and final match of the night at 145 pounds. For Southeast Polk, it's senior Eli Reed. For Valley, the number 3 ranked wrestler at 145 pounds, Caleb Corbin, sophomore.
Corbin in on a nice job on an outside single and actually was able to switch that off to a double and finish the takedown. Now he's got a chicken wing, had a chicken wing. Who doesn't like chicken wings?
A minute 10 to go in the first period. Corbin with a 2-0 lead.
And a very strong deep waist there, as again he is trying to work that arm. It wasn't there, so he came in with a crossface.
And now just cuts Reed free. It's 2-1. With 45 seconds to go in the first period.
One of the things that I've noticed about Corbin throughout last year and this year is when he finally does decide to take that shot and he's going in, he usually gets a pretty deep shot, which we saw on his first takedown. Reed did a nice job stopping that high crotch attempt there. So still on their feet, 2-1, Corbin.
With 15 seconds to go in the first period.
Another attempt there, half attempt.
As we head to the second period, it's Caleb Corbin of Valley leading Eli Reed 2-1.
Corbin had his choice here coming into the second period, and he chose down right away. Reed doing a nice job with the deep waist and near side wrist. Corbin able to work up to his feet. Reed's going to have, yep, he got it. They got that warning for stalling. When you are on in the top position and a wrestler gets up to his feet and you're behind him, you have to return him to the mat in a pretty short amount of time anymore, or they're going to give you a warning call for stalling. Your other option is to just cut him free and not take the warning, but a warning call nonetheless here on Reed in the second period.
1:15 to go.
Nice job by Reed to return him to the mat. What a fantastic hip move by Corbin as he was able to get an escape here right there on the edge of the mat.
Making it 3-1. Caleb Corbin leading Eli Reed with a minute to go in the second period.
Nice job on the high crotch, and he switched off to a double leg for the takedown. And a nice job returning him to the mat.
5-1. Corbin on top of Reed with 35 seconds to go in the second period.
And this is where Reed needs to make sure that he continues to move, as he does have one warning on him already for stalling. If you're in that down position and people aren't, the officials are not thinking you're making any movement to improve, all of a sudden you're giving up a point on that stalling call.
That's Keith Bornis. I'm Pat Curtis. Thanks for joining us tonight here on CISN.TV and high school wrestling. Southeast Polk leading 53-16 as Valley trying to get their fourth win in the 14 matches. This is our final match between Caleb Corbin and Eli Reed. We head to the third period, and Corbin has a 5-1 lead.
Corbin with a very strong ride there, as he had the far wrist and a near side chicken wing, and then he went to the chicken wing and the half Nelson, and Reed did a nice job there staying off his back, but Corbin has certainly been in charge of this match from the first whistle.
Valley's 3 wins tonight. 2 by fall from Blake Underwood and Bo Lombardi, and then a major decision.
And Corbin looking to finish one out here.
Whoa.
Wow, what a job by Reed to slip through that. He was dead to right there and was able to find new life as he spun through it and rolled through it, and now back on his stomach.
2 near fall for Caleb Corbin makes it 7-1, and just about a minute to go in the match. As I was saying, Nick Oldham with a major decision at 126 pounds. That was the other win for Valley.
Corbin able to get that chicken wing back in, reaching in for that far wrist. He's got the wrist. Now he's working toward a half Nelson.
40 seconds left in the match.
And he's going to stack him up again here.
Yep. Now, oh, man. No back points on that.
Well, he's holding 2.
Oh, there's 2. Yep. 30 seconds to go in the match. 2 more near fall makes it 9-1. Corbin with the lead. He had just a 2-1 lead after the first period. Now 15 seconds left. It looks like another major decision for Valley.
We'll see if he can get one last ditch effort as he's going to try and turn him over, but I think he's just going to run out of time here.
Caleb Corbin beating Eli Reed at 145 pounds by the score of 9-1, and that makes our team score Southeast Polk 53, Valley 19, or 20. I'm sorry, actually, with the major decision there in the last match. Back to wrap it up after this on CISN.TV.
Our price event. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. Up to $13,000 off or up to $4,000 off. Plus 0% for 72 months on select new 18 Silverado Crew Cab. Up to $7,500 off the all-new 19 Silverado Crew LT Trail Boss. Up to $6,000 off select new 19 Equinoxes. Schottenkirk Chevy. Only $999 down plus taxes and fees. 19 Equinox, $259 per month lease. 19 Traverse, $375 per month lease. Howard Price. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com. Chevy, find new.
The best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health. Moms typically...
Pat Curtis back with you at Polderon Fieldhouse here at Valley High School, and Keith Bornes, this pretty much went as expected. We thought Valley had a chance to maybe win 4 matches, and that's what they did.
They did. And, you know, Valley is a very good wrestling team. They have gone up against some fantastic teams throughout the season and fared very well. I think Southeast Polk is just that good, and they really haven't been tried all season. I was talking to Pete Tarpey here before the match got started. We were trying to make a comparison as to what Southeast Polk really is. And right now they're the Clemson, if you will. And then Waverly Shell Rock, probably the Alabama. And then there's a whole bunch of other teams right in there in the mix of things that will try and make a run for individual state champions at the state meet, and then to score as many points as they can. But Southeast Polk right now just head and tails above everybody else right now.
Yeah. So the Rams now 11-0 in duels this season, and Valley falling to 9-6. Our final score: Southeast Polk 53, Valley 20. Thank you for watching high school wrestling here.
We just got taken over by Bubba.
That's Bubba. This is Keith Bornes. I'm Pat Curtis.
That's right.
And thank you so much for watching here tonight on CISN.TV. Again, the final: Southeast Polk beating Valley 53-20. Have a good night.
Mid-American Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right. You decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.